Right now, nearly 97% of all ICU beds in Georgia are filled, and that's the most since the start of the pandemic. U.S. coronavirus infections in 2021 have now surpassed the country's entire caseload for 2020.
And tonight, cases among America's children are surging to all-time highs. More than 252,000 kids tested positive for COVID last week. That is the highest ever. Children also accounted for more than 26% of all cases in the U.S.
And the news is especially alarming for children in schools without mask mandates, like Cobb County. This family has 2 children currently sick with the virus.
CBS 46's Mary Smith live after talking to their mother about those concerns. Mary.
Yeah, the mother is very concerned tonight. She has 2 children who go to Murdoch Elementary School. Both of these kids have asthma and they now have COVID-19. So mom is very concerned, and so are her children.
It's definitely scary to think that, this could take a turn for them.
Catherine Bozick says both of her kids, Murdoch Elementary School students, tested positive for COVID-19 this week. Her 4-year-old son is mostly asymptomatic, but her 8-year-old daughter is in bed feeling awful, slipping her this note.
She handed me a note and it just said, Mommy, is there a big chance or a small chance that I'm going to die now that I have COVID? And it broke my heart.
Masks are still optional in Cobb County schools, despite a new push from the County Board of Health to adopt CDC recommendations in schools.
I think in the schools have definitely not done their part to keep our children safe this year, in Cobb County in particular.
The district reported 253 cases between July 1st and August 6th. That number now sits at more than 3,700 cases. And nationwide, a new record of cases among kids. The American Academy of Pediatrics reports a 7-day increase of about 252,000, the most since the start of the pandemic.
That's a real concern as we think about more schools are reopening now in terms of hospitalizations in kids. And where we're seeing that is we're seeing them in older kids, the 12 to 17-year-olds that haven't been vaccinated. And then we're actually seeing a lot of it in kids less than 5 years of age.
Dr. John White, Chief Medical Officer of WebMD, says if changes aren't made, numbers will continue in the wrong direction.
The way that you keep kids safe is you either vaccinate kids if they're eligible, but for kids under 12, they're not. So you need to surround them by layers of protection. One of those are masks. This is a respiratory virus. That's how it spreads.
And some Cobb County parents are planning a mandatory mask rally outside of the Georgia State Capitol coming up on Monday. We're live in Cobb County tonight. I'm Mary Smith, CBS 46 News.
Mary, thank you.